Hello, hello, hello. I think we're live.
Sunday Live.
See, Wendy, Sharon, Karen. Who else?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ecocentric. How's everybody doing?
Did y'all have a good weekend? We had a fast, short, long weekend. I don't know how you want to say it. All of the above. It felt long, but really short, too.
Yeah, we were on the road all day yesterday, so just kind of didn't seem much like a weekend.
Well, we had a nice day with family, but yeah, when you have plans, that it just kind of takes the normal weekend feel out of it.
Yeah. Friday becomes Monday. Just quick.
Yeah.
So.
It was nice, though. We went to Crystal Bridges Art Museum. We had never been there before. It was really pretty. Would have enjoyed the outside a little bit more if it hadn't been
a
so
little bit too warm to spend much time outside.
It'd be nice to revisit in the fall, so we can go see a bunch of the outside stuff there.
Yep.
Hi, Christy.
Christy.
Say hi to your mom.
Hi to your mom. Hi, Mom. Hey, Andrew.
Good morning, right, from Australia. Good morning to you. Starting off his Monday with us.
Yeah, he's way ahead of us.
Yeah. Gotta think about that.
Yeah. Probably still pretty early morning there. What time is it there, Andrew?
I think is it 13 hours? I don't remember. 13 hours difference, maybe? We looked it up. I can't remember.
It's like 29 hours of travel or something. That's all I know.
Yeah, because all the time changes mess things up.
Yeah. Hey, Kira.
Hi, Kira.
So I hope y'all came with lots of good questions today.
Yeah, like I said, we
didn't even get to talk about having a topic for tonight.
Right.
So.
Who's ahead? So it's 9
Yeah.
o'clock there. Yeah, 13 hours, right? 13 hours ahead.
I'm not doing math today.
You're not doing math. It's tired. I'm telling you, we were on the road all day yesterday. We had a
busy
good time.
Outside most of the day today.
Yeah, I've been busy all day today, so we're all kind of tired. The kids, everybody's just kind of ready for a good night's sleep, I guess.
Yeah, it's too late for a nap.
Yeah,
So
nap's all right.
just go to bed early.
Yeah. Is that Rachel's garage? Rebels. I'm like too far away. I'm trying to
3S garage, right?
Yeah. Well, hello.
I guess I could put my glasses back
Thanks
on.
for joining us.
Makes for a big old glare.
Glare on there.
Does make it easier to read though.
Yep.
Oh, I know. I recognize that. That's Jesse. I recognize the avatar.
Okay.
The picture. Had to look closely. It's only about that big in the picture. Yep.
Nice just to take a day off. Yeah, yesterday it was kind of a day off from our normal work. We had a rescheduled birthday day. It had been planned back right before you hurt your back, or right after.
Week of.
It was, the week you hurt your back. We were supposed to go, and so it got postponed just to give him plenty of healing time so he wasn't trying to sit in the car for a 3-hour drive each direction.
Yeah.
With a sore back. That would have been miserable. So we finally got to do that yesterday. That was nice.
Yeah.
Had a good time spending time with family.
Yeah. So Christy asked, what do we do with all those peppers? 13 pounds of jalapenos.
Yeah.
So we made 10 pounds of cowboy candy.
Yep.
The sugar sweet.
Yep.
There's more than that in there. What all was in there? There's garlic.
Garlic, turmeric,
Paprika?
Paprika.
No?
No, not paprika. Cayenne, which I was
Cayenne,
surprised. Why
yeah.
am I adding cayenne to jalapenos? Because they're already plenty
A
warm.
different type of
I
heat
know.
flavor. So
Yeah, and then plenty of sugar
Yep.
and apple cider vinegar. So
Yep.
it's called cowboy candy.
Yep. So we used
Yum.
10 pounds of the peppers, sliced them up for that, and then give away the other 3 pounds.
Yep.
So, and we've still got tons of peppers coming.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. That was not even half of what we had to pick. It wasn't. We had
Yeah.
a lot more to go. So
Yeah. So we got plenty more to use.
yes,
We might make
Yeah.
some jelly or something, and
I thought about that. All right, especially with maybe the sugar rush peach, since they've already got that
Yeah.
sweet flavor going on. Those might make a good jelly, pepper jelly.
yeah, because I know we've put up about a case, not quite a case of pickled jalapenos.
There's seven.
So half a case,
7 jars, 7 pints.
and then we did at least that more than that yesterday
Yeah, they're
of the candied,
9 or 10 pints of that.
almost a case of that one.
Yeah.
So. Kathy Nunnery, just injured my ankle yesterday. Any advice on how to have patience with an injury and not be in the garden?
You are asking the wrong people. We
Yeah.
are not.
I don't have any patience.
He has no
Not much
patience.
for patience.
Period. No, it's not totally true. But I'm not good at sitting, like, especially if I'm stuck and I have to sit. Like, it's been several years, but I had a kidney stone and I was kind of out for a week.
Yeah.
And I don't do well with that. I'm sorry to hear that your ankle's hurt.
So the back's a lot better. I still just kind of making sure I don't do something stupid. Trying not to forget that, it's a pretty recent injury, even though I don't really feel anything from it right now. The occasional twinge or something, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to mess around. And I thought about that. What was it? I was doing something today, and there was something heavy. I started to lift up, and I thought, I better not do that.
Mm-mm.
So.
One of those trees you're helping with, maybe, or something.
I don't remember what I was doing, but I reached down to grab something. I thought, I probably should lift that up.
Yeah.
So,
Be careful.
yeah. But Kathy, probably a good time to maybe start planning for spring, drawing some stuff out, or just a few days of work on paper or
Catch
some
up on your
reading,
favorite
or,
Heirloom Permaculture videos.
Go binge watch something. So
I don't know. I'm sorry.
yeah,
to hear
all
that you're
those
out of
things
it.
that need to be done when you're outside. Now's a good time to
Yeah.
get ahead on as many of those as possible.
Yeah.
So hopefully it heals up fast. Andrew's asking to be able to post the pear butter recipe. So that will probably be on her stuff.
I need to do that probably within a week. I really need to do it.
Yep. So Andrew, if you have Instagram or Facebook, follow her stuff, Sowing a Legacy, if you don't already. And as soon as you can get that up, there'll be a notification on there, something saying that's there. So we'll get it through that that channel there. Homemade salsa, yeah. Well, we already froze a lot of the tomatoes. We need to get them out.
Yeah, I have a lot of
So,
tomatoes I need to work
We
with.
still could.
We just
she
did
fell building a new greenhouse.
Oh,
That's not
no.
good.
I mean, yay for the new greenhouse, but I'm sorry you fell.
Yeah.
Got hurt. Ugh.
Yeah, we'd appreciate the binge watching.
Yeah.
We probably need to go back and watch some of them once in a while.
I know. Yes. You might get a good laugh out of some of the early ones, especially if you started watching us later.
Bye, Wendy. Enjoy your trip.
Yep. So, yeah, that's what we did with our 10 pounds of jalapenos. I don't know what your mom did with the other 3 pounds, so
Don't know.
don't know. She was here. She could
Yeah.
tell us if she wants to. Then all the many more to go.
Yeah, we'll have a lot more.
Yeah.
Any recommendations for types of okra grow next year? We've done the Clemson Spineless is kind of a go-to.
Yeah,
we
and it
did
does
one-
really well.
Did one before. It was a long pod. What was that? It was a Cajun name or something. I don't know why it makes me think of Louisiana. It was something in the name. I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's been a couple years. We did the Burgundy.
Did we do those one
We
year?
did one year. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clemson spineless is kind of the norm. If you just want standard and high production.
Andrew's asking, do we grow asparagus? What are
We
the
do.
do's and don'ts?
We have not mastered asparagus.
We haven't.
We've
got it
got
growing.
some decent production. In
Right
fact,
now, we're still in that be patient stage and
Yeah.
let it really get going. Asparagus takes a while to really start.
Yeah, you
producing
won't really
well.
know until the third or fourth year if you got really good high production. I mean, you'll get decent production the first, second year, but don't harvest it. Let it build the crowns.
Yes.
Let the roots build up. Let it go to fronds and let it put that energy back in the ground. We've actually got some that we dug up to relocate that wound up 5-gallon buckets, and it's growing out of those buckets.
Is it growing?
Hasn't been planted. I thought it had died.
I thought it had died
but it's
too,
growing
'cause
again.
It's in the greenhouse hot.
Yeah.
But, I didn't realize it was growing. I didn't look at it.
It's set out
We need to
there
get
in
it
the
planted.
bed by the other asparagus. And,
Right.
It needs to go on the ground.
Just kept dumping water in that bucket, hoping we hadn't killed it. But I guess we didn't. So.
Yeah.
It's pretty when you let it go up.
Yeah.
We're hoping next year. Maybe next year we'll have.
Say bye to that one.
Okay.
All right, Jess. See you tomorrow. Hey, I'm going to send you a message on Facebook here shortly. Make sure you know about something. So whenever we get done. Yep, there's another suggestion on okra.
Where's that?
I believe that one. Well, she's saying the Jing Orange. We were talking about that. I know there's a. I'll have to look it up.
Kira did a lot
I don't know if she's talking about the okra. But
Kira had some good luck with okra today or this year. She had some success. I've seen several of her pictures, so maybe she'll have some advice on the okra. I don't like okra, so he's going to be the one you'll ask about that. We grow it. It grows well. Don't try to start it anywhere. Just plant it straight in the ground. If you try to start it first, we haven't had much success with that.
Yeah.
But it grows really well from seed, so. And then, what were you saying? Make sure and
on the limb.
prune it up.
Yeah.
I hate okra.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
everybody's biggest complaint about it is getting in there to harvest and getting scratchy and all that.
Yes.
As it grows, those bottom leaves, they're unnecessary. So you can just prune all those off and just leave the upper crown of leaves. And that crown climbs as it goes. And then you can get in there amongst the plants easier and reach up in there and harvest and not have so many leaves to deal with. Yeah. And it doesn't affect the plant. It looks like a tree trunk, but it makes it a lot easier to harvest.
Yeah.
So. And you can actually just, when you drop them off, cut them off, just drop them on the ground and walk on them. They just work like mulch. So anything new or different next year? So the biggest difference next year is a method with the market garden.
Yeah, we
will grow some different products, different varieties that we haven't grown before. I wouldn't say anything that's just really out there, but that's going to be the biggest change is growing in that market garden format.
Right, because typically what we do is the permaculture food forest style, and we'll mix our annuals in there, and then next year we're going to do that market garden style, and it's going to be, different, it's just a different method of trying to get a bunch of food.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Ecocentric says starts asparagus from seed 4 years ago, still not producing well. I think the water table's too high. So our main asparagus bed is in an area that stays a little wetter, and it's not high producing. And I've suspected that. I think it also probably needs a little more sunshine. So the asparagus that we have out had in the front garden that's now in the bucket. It
actually did really well right away.
It was speeding up and it was going to pass the other one. Mm-hmm. So I think well drained, but definitely the more sunshine, but not an area that'll be burnt.
Right.
And also have a little bit of protection from the wind, high wind. Even though that out there didn't, it wasn't really subjected to anything real bad. So, I think we could stand to move our main bed. Texas Hill Country okra, hey Pathways Homestead, welcome. Cauliflower for the first time. Wow, we've done cauliflower. We've had good years and bad years.
Yes.
I would grow it under a row cover just because it's very susceptible to pests.
Yes, it is. We're trying it in the fall this year. We haven't done it in the fall, and like I say, we've had good years and bad years in the spring. And we heard that some people have better success in the fall, so we're about to get. So we've already got it started in the greenhouse, and we'll be putting it in the ground soon.
Yeah, Andrew says asparagus loves the water. I agree that I think it needs very. It needs to be watered well. I'm worried that ours it's kind of like like you said, is the water table. I'm wondering if ours, it's almost kind of a wet feet situation where, I don't know. I would have expected it to do better there. The soil's been improved. It could just be the amount of sunshine. It may just not have enough sunshine.
I wondered that if it's
because
just
it's on the
too
north
shady.
side of the small fence, and it doesn't get a lot of early season sunshine.
Yeah.
So, which is when the asparagus is really trying to come up good. So
Right. Yeah. Did you see that one day said she grew okra all winter in a big pot in the greenhouse?
Yeah.
I haven't thought about trying to do that.
No, I always think about okra in the hottest part of the year.
Summer out in the...
I don't know if Wendy, if you're supplementing heat in there, we don't typically do that, so I don't think of those things.
Okay, there's Kara saying what she
had Clemson spineless and orange Jing. So that's the two.
Yeah. We actually didn't plant any this year. We usually do, probably because...
Yeah, every time I start talking, I don't want to. So I had people asking, you got any okra? Got any okra? No.
I'll have to plant some next year for everybody.
Yeah.
Or we could try the greenhouse trick if it'll work, but if we don't heat our greenhouse, it might not.
Yeah. Where are you at, Kathy? So Kira, she fed the babies dinner, but she didn't offer to bring us any dinner.
I know. It'd be a long drive for dinner.
We drove farther.
We have. It's funny.
Yeah. So we got, let's see, there'll be a new video coming out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of cover a lot of stuff we did around here over the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like we did a lot and seems like we didn't. So there's this video is kind of covers quite a few things.
Right.
A little bit of a lot of things. So.
I think it's just because we traveled one day instead of having 2 days but we did quite a bit of work, I think.
And she didn't heat the greenhouse that year. So we'll have to try it, see what happens.
Okay.
Yep.
No extra heat and grew it in a pot in the greenhouse.
Yeah, we always direct seed the okra.
Yeah.
I think you did try it that one time.
I
for
tried
whatever
and
reason,
I tried.
And
Yeah, it did not.
But I've
okra
always
and peas. I can't get either one of them to transplant, so I just do it direct.
Don't normally transplant green beans either. I mean,
I haven't even tried that, but I did try starting peas and okra in the greenhouse, or not in the greenhouse, but in the pots once before, and then transplanting them, and it just did not work.
it's gluten-free brown spaghetti.
I'd let you eat that.
Central Valley, New York, but moving Monterey County, Texas for the next year or two. Well, for this year on your okra, yeah, it's temps up there are dropping pretty soon. So I don't know if you could put some black plastic around your okra or anything, try to help heat the ground and really get it to try to respond in the little bit of time you got left. But yeah, I'd probably prefer some warmer temps. Maybe if it's acting kind of stunted. But yeah, down here when it really heats up, boy, it'll take off in a hurry. So
Central Valley to New York, or New York down to Texas. That's
going to be a big change.
Quite a change. It'll be learning a whole new climate gardening.
Yeah, I'll start doing some research now.
Yeah.
If I haven't. Yeah, the peas and the peat pellets. I mean, you could probably transplant them.
I personally haven't had luck.
Not messing with the roots. You're not having to take them out of pots.
Right.
Everything's staying about as stable as it can. So
I tried it 2 or 3 times, not in the peat pellets necessarily, but I tried 2 or 3 times transplanting peas, and I would always end up replanting them outside, just direct sowing them, and I have never had as much luck transplanting as I do with just direct sow. So
that sounds like Wendy did about as much as she could to try to insulate the greenhouse to keep in the passive heat. And rocks for thermal mass. We use those, you probably see them in videos, the black totes full of water.
Mm-hmm.
I actually took some pictures the other day, how much hotter they were with the thermal camera than the surrounding area. They were even hotter than the pavers. Didn't really work that into a video or anything. It was just for our own enjoyment to see.
Yeah, curiosity there.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to get pictures of it in the winter and see how much warmer those totes full of water are than everything else around it. I think we need to get them off the ground. Insulate them from the pavers.
So.
Because I was surprised the pavers had already dissipated all their heat, or they had equalized with everything else already.
Right.
That early in the evening. They're not insulated, so I think if we want to really get the heat out of that water without conducting it straight down into the ground, we'll need to get those up on something.
Pathways Homestead.
They made some big
2 big moves. You have not. You really haven't.
I haven't.
I was in.
Yours was so young that
I was very young. I was 8 when I moved to Oklahoma, so that doesn't really count. I mean, and I just moved from Arkansas, so it wasn't like it was
Yeah, any moves that can be made on 1 tank of gas,
right?
I don't really qualify as a big move.
No. Oh, with a Navy dad, I bet you did move quite a bit. We didn't. I moved once when I was. Once. A big move, like from
state to state.
State to state when I was 8. That's it.
Yeah.
And then little, same town kind of moves.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really count.
All right, see you in a minute, Kira. Hey, Pomona Ponderosa. Welcome.
So, what was that first question? We started talking about different methods, right? Someone asked
about,
if, and we talked
what
about
are we going to grow? What new stuff we're going to grow next year?
New things, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We've got a lot of seeds.
Yeah, we do.
Stuff that we haven't grown before.
I want to try the loofah. We haven't tried that. Yeah. I know that's not anything.
Just gotta find the right spot for it.
Yeah, that's the big problem with a lot of stuff. But I do have a few things. I can't even remember what they are. I'd have to look at the seeds to see. But some of them that we've talked about, a little different.
I think you might need to speak up just a little bit.
Am I a little too quiet?
Yeah, maybe.
I probably am. And then we're also talking about the possibility of the new animals in spring.
Yeah.
We're still
there may be new
researching
animals
that.
in spring. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Teach you how to run the lawnmower, and I won't have to worry about mowing, and I won't really care at that point anymore anyways, right?
Yeah. Loofah. Yeah. I've been wanting to grow it. We just need to find the right spot for it. Or make the right spot for it. Whatever.
Yeah. And we need to do birdhouse gourds again.
Yes. So Kira's going to grow loofah too?
Y'all could do a loofah growing contest.
We could.
So you could grow the single largest and the most, and so I don't know.
Loofah contest. I'll have to think about that one.
Loofah Palooza.
Challenge. That's funny. Are you in, Kira?
Kira, you want some moonshine?
Butters.
Hey, Butters.
Who's here? Kira needs more arches first. Those are easy to make. They're not necessarily easy to get to your house, but they're easy to make.
Uh-oh. Christy says animals. What kind?
No, not quail again. Definitely
No, not quail.
I know everybody loves them. They just did not work for us. So definitely not quail. We've talked about sheep. We're considering a couple of sheep, but we're not positive.
Sharon wants to hear about the thermal camera.
Oh, okay.
So you gonna say? You said you told Christy
I told Christy sheep, maybe.
just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple, and we're trying to decide whether hair sheep so we don't have to shear them. But I kind of actually think I would like to shear, and you only have to do it once a year. And if we only have 2, I wouldn't mind learning that, but we'll see.
Butters wants some shine.
Take some shine. Oh, I was
Shine.
like, what? Yeah.
This is high quality H2O shine.
H2O. Yeah.
It's a Berkey shine.
Berkey. Berkey shine. Apple pie moonshine.
Nope, no moonshine.
No. Why don't we come help Kira with the cattle panels? We could probably work something out.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could.
Yeah.
It's not that far of a drive.
You got a date in mind, probably. So.
Yeah.
Double duty. So.
Oh, heading up to
I'm working on this here.
heading up to
Fired
Kansas.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are coming your way, Kira.
Yep. We can cover that later. So there's the thermal camera. Oops. I'm gonna have to move where I can see what I'm doing. I've got something in front of the screen here. Move it over here where I can see. Oh, try to get rid of the glare.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Where are you at? Everything's backwards. I bet you're seeing my hand too.
Yeah, I'm right here.
There you go. Don't look like her. I think we're on manual or stuck focus here, so you won't be able to read it very well.
Yeah. I'm kind of cracking up. The letters are showing it. They're a different temperature than the wall.
Well, it overlays the visible
Oh, okay.
a little bit, so you can see what you're looking at. That way, when you take a picture, you can compare one to the other.
Got it.
So it's just laying in those outlines. Oh, Kathy says you're a hot mama.
Not as hot as compost, I guess.
Yeah, did you watch the last video? She hot, but she no compost.
Oh my goodness.
So this thing's been really handy. I mean, we bought it for a business purpose, but things like the compost and the thermal mass and the greenhouse and things like that. It's turned out to be really handy. Everything that you learn, but you learn it in theory, and while we can go stick our hand in the compost and say, "Oh, that's hot,"
Yeah.
it's working. But when you back up and you see it compared to everything else around it, and see the drastic difference where you didn't do anything to heat it, it's just that thermal reaction of it breaking down, and you can see it, almost see it happening. In theory, it's kind of neat. So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how high this one goes. I have to look. I think it's 500 something degrees. I think it may go higher than that. I don't think I've got the book here. It auto calibrates. And sets a range based on the lowest and highest temperature that it's reading. But it'll read some pretty cold and pretty hot temps. So, but seeing that difference between two things is the main thing.
Yeah.
So if you've got some bad wiring and there's a hot spot in the wiring, you can see that, or see thermal leaks, in your installation or around windows, or
That's pretty depressing, shocking, whatever.
Yeah.
Good information, however you want to look at it. Yeah.
So if you're asking how far we're from Paris, Texas, it's about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah,
About 3
I was
hours.
thinking about 3 hours.
We're in the Tulsa, northeast Oklahoma area.
Yeah. Wendy says Kira should make some bread for us.
She should.
I won't turn it down.
Yeah. So
red looks great.
combustion high enough to explode. Assume you're talking about the compost pile, maybe. You can get spontaneous combustion on them, but it usually requires a pretty large pile. What size we have, I don't think I'd worry about that. I'm more concerned about the temperature getting over 150 and killing all the beneficial microorganisms, more than having it catch fire. I mean, it could, in theory, but really, we want all that beneficial life in the compost. And you get it too hot, you'll kill all that off. Basically, sterilize the compost, which you at times could want to do for seed starting and stuff, but to amend beds and everything, now we want all that. So, yeah.
Cool shirt, yeah. Settling.
Repping for Jason and Lorraine. All right, Wendy. Be safe. Appreciate you hanging out a little longer. So.
Be in seed heaven. Have fun.
Don't get squashed by the squash mountain.
Yeah. That's funny.
Kara did a new bread video today for this week.
Yay. I have to watch some. It's almost baking time again.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sharon says, seen the big round hay bales go boom. I've seen them on fire. If you bale them up too green, too wet, they're pretty compressed, and it's a large volume of mass, so a little different factors than the little compost pile, but absolutely. Yep. Get the occasional hay shed fire, yeah. Hay barns, if the bales are put up wet,
yeah,
or too green. But that's what the green is, what we want in the compost, for that nitrogen to cause that reaction, to get it going.
Get it hot. It was hot. We moved it today.
Yeah, we moved it, and it was steaming.
Oh,
it was 90-something degrees outside, and it was steaming. So
yeah,
I've stuck the thermometer in a couple times and get 150, 152 on the top end. That's about as hot as I want it.
Yeah.
So that's why we went ahead and turned it, and we did add a little more moisture. It was trying to dry out a little bit, but I think it's doing all right. So tomorrow I'll probably check the temp on it again after it's settled in. So if it starts getting too hot, we could deal with that. So
yeah, we'll figure out a way to cool it down a little.
Yeah.
Kira's first video in over a month.
She's been slacking. Slacker.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Today
I've
I've been editing a video, the one to go up tomorrow, and I just wasn't. I even told her, I said, I'm just not really feeling it for the live tonight yet, And,
yeah.
But we'll go ahead and do it, and maybe being on here just kind of turn the attitude around a little bit.
That's right.
So, when are we doing meat chickens again?
Probably spring.
Yeah, probably be spring. So this fall, summer, heck, this year. We haven't done a batch this year.
We haven't done a batch at all this year. But
we've had
so many trips that we could have had one if we were finishing up right about now. We had a big enough window that we really could have done some. But before that, we were traveling so much that we couldn't
put 5 weeks together to raise a batch. So
yeah. So we just haven't done it this year. We should have, and we talked about it. We should have done a batch right now, but we still have plenty in the freezer, honestly, from last year.
Well, yeah, we need to do the math and see. We may have to do an early batch. Make sure we don't run out.
I don't want to do it too early because we did have issues with spring rain, the cold. We just have to be careful and watch it with the spring, though. And we'll definitely have you come help. Yeah. It's always nice to have a few.
The hardest work is the processing.
Yeah.
By far.
Definitely.
The day-to-day isn't that big a deal.
No, it's really
even
not.
moving them, all that is not that much. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one more chore to do, but it's not bad. It's a lot more feed.
Yeah. I mean, it costs the way we do it because we want it to be organic and all of that, so it is more expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
To us. Kathy's wanting to get started. please teach you, be happy to. Be
Yeah.
happy to share our information with anybody.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll make some more relevant videos to that as we have birds.
I was thinking when we get our next batch that we'll probably do kind of a series on
Yeah.
raising them, and I don't know about processing or not, just because you're welcome to come up and process with us.
Andrew, we use the Cornish cross. So we've tried heritage breeds. We did not try the Freedom Rangers. We found a good source for the Cornish cross, and we're happy with the way they produce their growth, feed conversion ratio. There's that kind of, the way they grow and all that, and the way,
we wanted to be heritage breed,
yeah,
pure. We really did, and we bought those birds on purpose, and it took so much longer to feed them. And then they were still really small. There just wasn't much
low yield.
meat.
I mean, they turned into big birds, but they were
Right.
really narrow keel, very little meat. And we try to feed the family of 5 twice off of one bird, and we would have to wait so long to get a bird that
Right.
size that they would always have to go in the stew pot because
Yeah.
it'd be so tough that we couldn't really. We'd have no option to cook them the way we do now. They wouldn't be tender and nothing.
The time and the effort that it took to raise the heritage birds to the size, and then like you said, the meat wasn't even what we were wanting.
With the Freedom Rangers, we would give up some. It would be we'd feed them longer. There's been a lot of people, even Jason and Lorraine, they've done the feed, and I know they prefer the Freedom Ranger. They've done the cost analysis. The Living Traditions has done it, and everybody has kind of their own opinion of why they pick the one they do. And I have no problem with those birds. We've found a formula that works with the Cornish cross.
Works really well.
Yeah.
And like you said, the hatchery that we found, it's a family-owned hatchery, and they do wonderful. Their chicks are always really great, and so for us, it's just the best choice.
Yeah.
I like them a lot better. Or better than anything we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands-on, definitely, Kathy, is the best way to learn.
Yeah, you can watch the videos and learn a lot.
Right.
And take a lot of notes and all that, but actually getting there and doing it.
And that's how we watched. We watched Joel Salatin going through all the process.
Yeah,
we watched him live.
Watched him live, watched his videos.
We've seen it several times.
We've watched other people's videos.
Until you stick your hands to the work and start doing it, it's still always just an idea instead of learning how.
Yeah. Yep. So Indian game or Cornish. Okay.
Okay.
I hear of you never, or at least I've never heard
heard
that name for them. So.
Yeah, we just really like them the best for what we're wanting. Like you said, to get 2 meals per bird, get them just to the size we want.
Yeah, 2.5 meals really. I mean.
Yeah. Right.
Or it'd even be more
like
because
leftovers.
I'll eat leftovers off of both meals at work. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we target about a 5-pound bird.
Right.
5-pound carcass. So it's about a 6.5, almost 7-pound live weight.
But yeah, when we do that in the spring, we'll definitely kind of follow along with them.
Yeah.
Maybe give out our special formula of how much feed to get them perfect. That's all him. He plugs it in, figures all that out. I'm just like,
I had to put it in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And then where I just basically got it down to where I plug in how many birds I need to feed, and if we have losses along the way, I can adjust for that. But can also project how much more feed we need. So if we need to go buy feed, we don't overbuy, so that we don't have feed left over that we won't be needing for a while. Try to get that just right.
Yes.
Hi, Lori Tanner.
Just got home. Thanks for joining us from Oregon. It's an area I haven't ever been. I would like to go see.
Kathy, that's the Cornish cross at 52 days is when we harvest, and that so just shy of 8 weeks.
Is it a high protein feed, Andrew?
It is a grower feed. I don't remember the protein percentage. I would think it's well, I don't know. I'd have to look. Maybe
Yeah, we
in
have to
that
look it up. I'm not
18%. Probably no higher than that.
Yeah.
So it's a starter grower feed.
Starter grower feed.
Yeah.
Organic and all that kind of.
Yeah. So it's not like a game bird type high protein feed where you're up in the 24, 27%. It's
Right,
nothing
like
like
you do
that.
for quail or something. It's
Yeah.
not that.
I can't remember the number.
You can try to look it up if we're.
Yeah, I can.
Let's see.
And the scale that we do it with the lower number of birds, we have to buy it in the 40-pound sacks. Yeah, it's 40 pounds instead of 50 like everything else, but then the price is even that much more. So, we could travel and buy a 2,000-pound super sack, but we'd never go through it fast enough to keep from it either spoiling or losing all its nutrient
not on our
value.
scale.
So.
Not now. Not where we live right now.
Someday
Yeah.
we'll grow our whole year or two worth in one batch.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get to that point where we're able to do pasture
Yeah.
poultry on a large scale.
Find it.
I found it. I'm trying to see the details of it here.
Keep going. Whoop. Nope, that's the egg layer. Click on that.
Wrong one.
Well, you're looking at the right one. They're giving you details on the other one.
Got it. We're finding out that information. Maybe.
Maybe. May have to look at the picture.
Yeah.
So. Kathy, appreciate it. And we're still learning. We've done a lot of research and gone to the people that have proven to do it and done it well and the methods that we'd like to do. So, and then we just get out there and do it. And we've learned, we've made mistakes. I think we've talked about overfeeding, underfeeding.
Yes.
Problems with housing on both meat and layers. We're still dealing with issues on housing. Wishing we had done things different or
Right.
been able to get access to things. Like every time we do the deep bedding in the layer barn, and every time we clean it out, it's a chore. I mean, it's a big
all
chore,
day, all family job.
and there's no way around it right now. And I'd love to be able to just open up one side of it and get it cleaned out of there quickly, but to integrate it into the garden, we don't have access with any kind of equipment where it's currently at, other than a wheelbarrow and a shovel.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Kira. How do you think our neighbors would handle meat birds in the front yard?
Chicken coop. Well, they won't be crowing, so.
No. It's 18%, by the way.
Is it 18?
Mm-hmm.
I was right. See,
Yeah.
I remember something once in a
You
while.
remember a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, egg layers first.
It's a good place to start. It's where we
Yeah.
started. And
Yeah, we started with 6, and then added another 10 or 15, and then
yeah.
I think we got as high as 60-something layers, 70 layers,
Yes.
and we've whittled back down to
We're back down to 34.
34.
33 layers, I guess, in a rooster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had video. Still got the video out there on the brooder. That brooder's not in that spot anymore.
We had to do some rearranging.
Yeah, had to do some rearranging. So, still liked it being there. It's handy having it in the garage.
Yeah.
So, but we'll do something similar before.
Oh, yeah. Before spring when we bring
Yeah.
in our next batch.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, if you enjoy construction, demolition just provides opportunity for more construction. So, yep, had to be able to move the tractor over so she could put her new car in the garage. So, Britter had to come down, make room. I wouldn't put the tractor outside, so.
Right. See, you had to keep your tractor in the garage. That was the problem.
Britter, tractor, car. Of those three, which one do you think is going to go?
We just didn't need it this year. We have all of it. We just need to
Yeah.
piece it back together. And
Yeah, I kept everything, but I'll make some improvements next time we do it.
yes, the door. We'll change the door to probably a sliding door.
I'll probably bring the whole thing down a little bit because it was up where it was nice for me and kind of for you, but
we had to use stepladder too much.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
The kids had trouble getting it too.
Yeah.
I think the doors contributed to that too, but.
Christy's finally out of eggs. Had to buy some. It's kind of sad, isn't
We
it?
got to get them going with some chickens.
I know. You need chickens, Christy. We'll come help out with all of that. You can do it. I know they're concerned about animals and all that, but we can make that work too.
Yeah, tractor and car got priority. So.
I think egg layers. I will take a couple of Kathy's question. I think she's saying egg layers. Because it's.
Yeah.
I think it changed it to eclairs.
Well.
I'll take the eclairs too.
Yeah. The eclairs sound pretty good.
That sounds really good right now. Now I want those.
Thanks, Kathy. Oh, but if you're talking about egg layers, it's really. There's two things to consider. How many eggs do you need to replace that you currently buy, or do you want to have more than you buy?
Right.
But then housing. In the coop, they need about 2 square feet per bird for, inside the coop housing. About 10 square feet per bird outside for foraging and the run and all that. So if you're limited on space or how big a coop you want or that can determine how many birds that you'll be able to have. Also, if you end up with more birds than you need, providing too many eggs, it can become an issue trying to figure out what to do with eggs. I mean, there's been times where we've had 30 dozen eggs in the fridge, and so
we're begging people
scrambled
to take
a bunch up or something, or it really is. It'll produce big time and then they'll slack off. We're in one of those times right now where we've
really
got
low.
33 layers, you just said, and we're getting about 5 eggs a day.
Yeah.
And it'll be a little spell of that. We looked at the log from last year. It did the same thing.
About mid to late September, it'll pick up again. Or it should. That's what it's done in the past.
It's natural. It's cycles with the seasons changing. It doesn't appear that they're molting. I mean, they could be. I haven't seen a lot of evidence of that.
It seems like they will go on these spurts where there's about 2 or 3 good months where we just have more eggs than we can deal with. And then we'll have about a month or so where it slows down a lot and then it'll come back in. It does that. It goes in cycles.
It'd be a really good time to get in there and really clean the barn out and put new bedding and all that. Because when you do that, you go in and really spend some time in there and clean everything out and all that. It kind of can interrupt there's about a week delay, but you'll see a reduction in egg laying. So
yeah. I would also say if you have never had chickens, just start small. Usually if you go to your local farm store to buy just a few chickens because you want to get chicks to get started, they'll make you get at least 6. And I would say if you're just learning and you've never done it, just get 6.
Yeah.
Just start small.
And you can even overbuild, if you want to end up with more, you can overbuild your coop as far as size goes and be ready for more. But if start with a smaller coop, smaller number of birds, maybe a coop that isn't permanent that you could sell or something when you're done with that size and upgrade. Because there's people too that, they like quail for us. We thought we wanted them. We had them for a while and then decided we didn't want them anymore. It didn't fit what we have going on. There's people that have the same thing with chickens. They decide they want chickens and all that, and then a little while into it, decide, I'll buy eggs. So
yeah, Kira. I started small with 10. It keeps getting more. Kira's got a bad case of chicken math. it just keeps happening.
Yeah.
She needs more land.
Yes, Lori, as long as you lock them up good at night with really rigid materials, hardware cloth, and siding, and all that, that'll protect them from most predators. The daytime ones, where your raptors and stuff like that, you can get away with the plastic netting over coops and stuff like the run, that where you won't be keeping them at night. I think that'll do a lot of protection for them. We don't provide anything overhead for ours when they free range, but there are trees and bushes and stuff like that they can try to hide under, or they'll run back to the barn. But we've had some hawks and stuff try to get some. We've been fortunate. And we've seen bald eagles and all kinds of stuff. But
we did have one time where we saw, I think it was a hawk or an eagle or something coming down at them, but they all managed to
get over here on the fence, and
they all managed to get away.
Yeah. So there'll be losses. There will be, but you just do the best you can. And really, your biggest risks are at night. Raccoons, possums, things like that. Foxes.
So just make sure their coop is strong.
Yep. Yeah, poultry netting for the coop. A lot of people use it, but a dog can get through it. Things like that. A raccoon. They're pretty creative and pretty destructive. They could get through. So we always use the 1/2-inch hardware cloth.
And we take it underground too. We go down a little and then out, so that if they try to dig, they're going to hit the hardware cloth.
Yeah.
So Andrew's asking about egg preserving.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of things on that. The only thing we have actually done is I have frozen eggs. Like I've whisked them up and then I've frozen them in ice cube trays so I can use that individually, but we haven't done much of it. I
know people clean them and some say put them in wet sand, put them in sawdust, wipe them down with mineral oil. There's all types of things. And I think Mother Earth News actually did an article a couple years back where they went through a lot of those, say, old wives' tales of how to preserve eggs.
Right.
And they talked about
colonial days.
The store-bought versus farm fresh fertilized eggs, and washing versus not washing, refrigerated versus not refrigerated. And they did all the different combinations, and I think the farm fresh, non-washed, refrigerated at 10 months had the highest percentage of like fresh eggs of any of the combinations.
Right.
So I think if you bring the eggs in and just dry cloth wipe off anything that's on there that it's more about unappealing to the eye, and then store them in refrigeration is going to give you your longest storage, keeping them from going stale.
You can leave them on the counter if you don't wash them. I have read for like 3 months. That, in fact, it was in that article. They were saying if it's not washed and just sitting on your counter 3 months is fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that personally.
I wouldn't either. When we bring them in, a lot of times they'll come out of the bucket and go into a carrier and all that, and they'll be on the counter for a day or two before they get cleaned up and put in the fridge. And they've all been fine.
But as soon as you wash them, you take that protective bloom off of them, and then the air and everything can start getting into the shell. So that's why they'll go bad faster that way. The store-bought eggs are all cleaned, so they go bad quicker. If you don't wash them, they will last longer.
Yeah. And we'll wash a lot of ours because people buy our extra eggs. And there's a few people that ask for unwashed eggs, but most people, if they get it, you can tell if an egg's been washed or not by the looks of it. And the aesthetics of an unwashed egg is unappealing to some people.
Yeah.
So,
most of the ones who ask for unwashed eggs already know they've had chickens of their own in the past, or they understand that it's actually better to not wash the egg.
Yeah. And if we, it's usually not an issue unless it's a really wet part of the season, and they're tracking mud around everything. They'll get mud up in the nesting boxes, and it looks bad. It's not that they're filthy eggs or nothing. They're just, it's what you deal with when it's bad weather. I mean, we're not going to keep them on artificial turf and locked inside the whole time it's outside raining. So there's going to be some issues with that. Hey, Simple Grower.
Canning grape juice.
Sounds
good, yeah.
She worked on kombucha today, and what'd you make? There was a blueberry pomegranate.
Blueberry pomegranate and black cherry.
Black cherry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a kid complaining wanting just straight grape. But,
Yeah.
But we tried a couple other ones I hadn't done. So
She wanted, yeah, I'm still trying to try all the flavors I haven't tried yet, so we can then start getting back down to our favorites, which we already know that the mango, that was orange. It was mango orange. That was a big favorite.
Yeah.
Grape, of course, they liked. But still trying some of the flavors. Yeah, Kira doesn't wash hers until you're ready to eat them. I would always recommend washing them before you use them, but
yeah. Even all of ours, even the ones we don't wash, definitely wash them before you crack them and use them. Just get everything off there, just for hygiene and the bacteria and all that concerns.
Right.
As soon as you crack an egg, everything that's on the outside of it you can introduce to the inside, and that's why you always crack an egg on a flat surface and not on the rim of something. Because if it's on like the rim of a bowl or the skillet or whatever, and when that egg cracks and goes down over that, you've just pushed all of the whatever, it might be E. coli, salmonella, anything that could be on the outside of that egg, you just pushed it farther into it and a better chance of it actually contaminating the part you're going to eat. If you just crack it on a flat, hard surface and then kind of pull it open, it doesn't eliminate the risk, if it is a contaminated egg, but it reduces it. So,
right. Ooh, Kara did kombucha today too. Strawberry basil. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I have to start trying some herbs and all that in there too, but we've still just been trying the fruit juices.
Yeah. Keeping it fairly simple.
Right. Get that confidence built
this
up.
This is
that
the
I know what I'm
first
doing.
double batch, right?
Yes. First time I've separated it out, and I've got a double batch going, so. Egg cracking 101. It's true.
Yeah, and we all drink out of a water hose, we all run back there, we all did all those things, but some of us just do the common sense things. So.
Right.
Canning kale, yeah. You buy canned spinach.
Yeah.
It's a green. Why not?
Lori said she was getting ready to can kale again, and I've never thought about that.
A lot of we usually end up eating most of it, maybe cooked, but freshly harvested. Right. It doesn't even make it into the fridge. So.
Nope. We've done the kale chips, drying those, dry them out. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we actually made a trip today to try to find some. I needed a different kale seed today.
Yeah. And
they didn't have it, so I had to place a Baker Creek order. So.
Yeah. Emma's favorite way for kale is in the middle of a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
She likes putting kale right in there. That's pretty good.
And I bought the kale seed in bulk this time.
Did you buy the bulk? All right. I guess we'll be making plenty of. We may need to figure out that canning kale.
Bulk carrot seeds too.
Okay.
A lot of bulk seeds. Those ain't gonna fit in the card holders. So
No.
The photograph thing. So.
Just like spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. I just hadn't thought about it.
Yeah, any kind of greens. You buy mustard greens, collard greens, any of those canned. I never thought of the canning.
Yeah.
So. Kathy, does he like broccoli? 'Cause fresh, small kale leaves.
It does have a broccoli
out of the
flavor.
garden. Has that sweet broccoli flavor.
So yeah, ways to get a non-kale eater to eat kale. That would depend on what they like. You can put it in soups. You can dry it into chips, then you can kind of flavor it however you want with a little olive oil and whatever herbs, spices, seasonings you like.
I'd say just try it fresh.
Try it fresh.
Try it cooked.
Yeah.
It's different each way.
Yeah.
Sauteed in a skillet with a bunch of butter is really good.
It is. Cook it
and then put it in an omelet or something.
Yep.
There's any way to do it. And if you try it one way and don't like it, doesn't mean you're not going to like it a different way.
Right.
So, I wasn't big on the kale chips.
Oh yeah, that's why you keep cringing when I say things.
Yeah. So, but I don't mind it cooked up in the omelet or, in soup or even fresh on the smaller leaves. So.
Blend it up in a juice if you like it like that. I do.
Yeah, we got a lot of kale and Swiss chard in the greenhouse about ready to go in the ground.
It is good
Keep
with
it going
scrambled
year
eggs.
round.
Scramble it up. cook it in the skillet with scrambled eggs. That's good.
Well, it looks like we're right at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So,
It went fast.
yeah. So, appreciate everybody hanging out with us. And if you have any other questions or suggestions for or anything for next week's live or for whatever, put it in the comments and we'll go through and take some notes.
Yes.
So, I'm going to finish editing up a video and have that ready to post up. Be up tomorrow morning. So, be sure and check that out. Be sure to check out our moderators. We got that Everyday Kira. If you haven't subscribed to her, do that. She's promising new
video
videos
this
this week. So, and then Grammy Cairns with Stivers Homestead. So, be sure and check them out if you haven't. I think. And then we had the Bodorf Homestead was in here earlier. Check them out also, and be sure and share them with your friends. So.
Yep. Bodorfs are fun. They usually do a live on Sunday a couple hours before we do.
Yeah.
That isn't a couple hours before ours.
Sunday
so be sure and check
afternoon,
them out. They're fun to
And
fun to
then
hang
we're
out
on
with.
random times too. So. Alrighty. Well, you all, yes, you're a part of Stivers Homestead, Karen. So you all have a good evening and hopefully you have a good week. And we'll try to get some more videos out this week, and then we'll see you next Sunday, 6 o'clock Central for our next live. Right?
That's right.
I was thinking there's any reason
Next
we won't be here.
I know.
So
there's nothing coming up that I'm aware of.
Yep. So, all right. So we will see you all later, and you have a good one. Bye.
Bye.